What about you? And welcome to the Premier Lawns video. What I'm going to show you today might damage your lawn, so this video is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go. In my last video, we talked about yellow lawn and what was causing that. So in this video, we're going to have a look and see at a product that's going to help to green it up. Now, before we start into that, there's a lot of leaves and a lot of worm casts on the lawn. So we're going to get those lifted and then we'll get more into the video. Let's go. So we'll have all the leaves off the lawn. I get a lot of questions about worm casts. Worm casts are these little things here. There's only 2 or 3 different types of worms in the UK that create worms casts, but they can make a mess in the lawn. The product that we're going to use today will help stop these. So we're going to take our greenkeeper's rod and we'll use this to clear all the worm casts off the lawn. Now that we've removed all the debris off the lawn, the leaves and the worm casts, we're going to have a closer look and see what we're up against and have a look at the yellow grass. The grass is starting to turn yellow. This is because as we approach winter, there's less sunlight and the grass can't store as much energy. It may also be from a lack of iron or desiccated from cold winds. As the leaves start to turn yellow, new leaves aren't growing to replace them, leaving the lawn looking yellow and tired. 6 to 8 weeks ago, we put on some iron and some seaweed and it's now starting to disappear out of the soil. We've also done one cut and I think the lawn needs another cut, but just to show you, I'm going to show you a new tool that I have. Now before we decide whether or not to cut the grass, I have a tool here to show you. It's called a prism gauge. You set this on the lawn and it'll actually show you the height of the lawn. I think you guys will like that, so let's do that now. There's a specialized greenkeeping tool. It's just a big block of glass, magnifying glass, and then in here we'll have the numbers and it reflects it off. It reflects it off through that glass and then it puts it out here. Right, now let's have a look and see how much grass came out of it. We have about 1/4 of a box, which not bad. It was cut about 10 days ago. Don't know if the camera picks up some of the yellow tips through it. So it definitely needs a feed. So that's what we're going to dive into now. The fertiliser that I'm going to be talking about, you can actually pick it up in a garden centre. However, if you've enjoyed this video and you want to support me, I'll leave an affiliated link down below. You can pick it up from Amazon at no extra cost to yourself. Before we start into this, folks, I'm going to say you're going to need some appropriate PPE. I'm going to say at least a pair of goggles or glasses and a pair of gloves. So that's what we're going to be using. Now, it's very important whenever you're using this product that you keep all pets off the lawn until the lawn's been watered. If it doesn't rain within 2 days, water the lawn. The product we're using today is called Lawn Sand. I'm going to talk to you about it as I put it out. Now, anytime you fill up a spreader or you work with this stuff, always make sure that you're not on hard surfaces, paving, decking, concrete, because the iron stains everything. So if you're going to do any mixing, always do it on the lawn. Right guys, let's get on with it. Let's get it on the lawn. Now, if you want to see my Blue Peter trick, make sure you watch until the end to see how the lawn turns out. Let's go. Lawn sand is a treatment that is made up of 3 ingredients: ferrous sulfate, which is sulfate of iron, ammonia sulfate and sulfate of ammonia, and sand. The main active ingredient is ferrous sulfate, and this will provide some colour and it also keeps the moss in check. I'm also using it today to discourage the earthworms, and it'll help give my lawn a nice even colour. I've only put on a half dose of the lawn sand. The product I was using was 3% nitrogen, and I don't want to encourage too much growth, but I still want to have a bit of green up, and we're going to control the worms. Welcome back, guys. As you can see, the treatment's now kicked in. There's lovely colour in the lawn. I'm just after cutting it, so I'm going to bring you over and show you how much grass is in the grass box from the last week. So that's the lawn cut now, just to show you the difference in the grass from before. Now, there's about a week's growth in there, which is, there's not too much yellow through it now. Now, if you're going to be using lawn sand, remember folks, half rate or a lower rate than you would usually put on during the summer, otherwise you risk burning your grass. If you burn your grass coming into winter, it's going to take a long time to recover.